Welcome back into the workshop for another Dave's Diary update on the cuts on the shelving units or shelving components for the storage unit. Now I've got 24 shelves there, and all of them actually had a double cut on each side. They were double cut generally on the other edges. So in all, a lot of edges have been cut, and all of that has been extracted very successfully via the overhead duct system that I've got piped in there. Yippee. Now normally I'd be having a small home vacuum cleaner hooked up to it, which would by now have been cleaned out many times because the canister's not all that large and the filter quickly builds up to the point where it really does need cleaning out. And often I forget and the whole filter just clogs up completely, and it's a bit of a mission to, well, not a mission, but a bit of a pain having to take it outside and knock and all the dust out of the filter. No such requirement here, meaning I'm much happier and I've got less dust, and I've just sucked up a little bit of the chip that comes out in front of the saw as it gets flicked out by the blade and not picked up by the suction, the vacuum itself. But really, all in all, actually very, very happy. I was just, I'd made comment and shown you what this thing is, and it helps to, I suggest, trap the errant dust and chip so that the vacuum can collect it up. And it does seem to do a really, really good job. Very little chip or dust or anything comes out this way. A little bit, but not much. And considering how many cuts I've just done, very little. The ability to seal it off there, that's why I was just looking in here. I was wondering whether for a cut of this, or the number, and set up in this position, I wonder whether you could fill in that gap there with a molded, 3D printed piece. Bit tricky, yes, I know, because you can't. No, I take all that back, and it just shows you what an idiot I am. That's the plunge part of it. So the motor, the body has to move down there. Yeah. Okay, well that was an idea. And no, I don't think having some concertina typey thing going up and down like that would be all that practical. No, that was just a thought. But yeah. Now, oh dear, what has gone on? Nothing actually. I disconnected the pipes. I wanted to check how much has been collected in the container, which is quite a bit. It's not filled up. You can even still see the shape of the base of the drum itself. But at the moment, all of that chip has been collected, and how much has gone into the plastic bag? I would suggest sod all. Not much at all. So that is really, really pleasing. I did have my doubts, obviously, because, it was an unknown. And because I perceived such a big difference in the suction at the point of the extractor there, and at this point, where I can register it, it was a big drop in CFMs. Kind of. In fact, the CFM rating of that, the separator, was about the same as my old extractor, meaning that the unit there was going through whatever drag or friction loss there was from the separator. It was equaling about the performance of that. But I've got the performance of a separator, which I didn't there. Excuse my croaky voice. Oh dear. No, it's not the dust, because there's no dust. Anyway, that means that extraction rate, I can't quantify it, but if I was guessing that it would have to be greater than 95%, I wouldn't be too far off the mark. Could it be higher? Probably is, because no kidding, there's only probably a couple of thimblefuls full of dust in the bottom of that bag, meaning it will be interesting when I put the extractor on. Extractor. When I put the extractor onto the planer thicknesser, where it does produce a lot of chip, how much gets through. Now, one would assume not much, because the dust from custom wood should be much lighter and be able to track up in the general air column that goes up. Comes down, spins out the dust, and the air column that goes all the way through to the extractor, well, more likely to extract that very fine dust than chip. I'm just noting in there's a little bit of dust sitting in the joint. Just looks like it's coated and filled in the piece where the other fitting goes on it. So really that's nothing to worry about. So that's good. Not like it was a big build-up or anything. So that's good. But yeah, well, considering the path it has to go, all the way around here, up through the flexi hose, up over there, down there, through the flexi hose, in there, all the way around. It's actually not a lot in meters, but every meter makes a difference, and every flexi hose with the old ribs in it makes a difference. Would be interesting to see what builds up in there. Bit tricky. Oh, let's see whether I can move things and see whether I can reach it. Right, come out. Oh yeah, there's a bit. But that's not something I'm going to worry about either. Not at this stage anyway. And yeah, surprised that it was there, but it was just collecting up in the bottom there. So, just shows you where the flow of the air is from the hose to that. So it might have been better so this is an offset transition from one size to another. It might have been better had it been a more central one. Equally, I'm really just clutching at straws to find a problem where there probably isn't a problem. It may well be that is quite normal. I don't know, haven't had any experience with these sorts of duct systems before, so everything to me is quite new. It's either going to be, oh, isn't this amazing, or, oh, what a problem, but it may be just what is. So, yeah, that's great. So I'm happy with that. I'll reassemble it now and go forward with some more confidence that it's working in a manner that's going to be beneficial. It is. I can make more cuts. I'll need to make more cuts to get the number of shelves. 24 out of the 32 that I require might be enough to get me going. I now have to dimension down the horizontal pieces, those ones. In fact, I need 8 of those. How many? I think there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I need 8, so I've got 2 panels that could be used for more shelves. So yeah, I'm getting closer to that magic 32 number. I think what might happen, and just thinking about it now before I do anything, is I'll make do with what I've got, and then I'll have to cut some more as and when they are needed. The reason I didn't want to do that is because this is set up now to cut all of those panels to the size I want. So it's nicer being able to do or batch out with one setup rather than having to reset it up again later. However, that said, I do still have to give those a final dimension down, because they're supposed to be of a 4, what was the measurement? I've got it written down somewhere. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yeah, 420. Yeah, 420 wide. And I've left them 2 mil over. 2 mil over for a reason, or a couple of reasons, but at the end of the day, they have to be trimmed down. Probably not with the track saw, but with the dimensioning router. So that still has to be done. So yeah, anyway, don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I've still got to dimension it down to the final dimension to make everything fit. Ditto for all of these things, of course. So yeah. The cut, I must say, we get very complacent with what we've got currently in far as sharpness of blades. Excuse me. And the one that I took out wasn't that bad, but when I put the new one in, you realise just how much better or sharper the new blade was, and the quality of the cut leaps up that amount. So excuse me again, time of year, second day of winter, lovely. Yeah, so the sharpness and quality of the quality of the cut from the new blade, very pleasing. So yeah, there's all of those things that go into the mix, and sometimes we lie to ourselves, saying, no, we don't have to replace it yet. Oh no, I don't have to sharpen it yet. Whereas as soon as you do sharpen it or replace something, you realise just you should have done it sooner. Ooh, what was that? Hope that was nothing important falling down. Anyway, there we go. Dave's diary, updated a little bit. Very happy with where we're going. Still got a lot of work to get done before I can start assembling. So I better set to and do it, hadn't I? Oh, that's one thing I have to figure out. What am I using for the back board for the units? Could use that. That's not enough. Need to get some more. Darn it. That's a bit of a nuisance. Might have to go to the shop. Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? I might have to go to the shop and buy another sheet of, it's only thin ply, 6mm or so, there or thereabouts. It could, in fact, that's actually quite for the thickness of it, which isn't, huge, it's actually quite a stiff ply. It says something about the quality of the laminates, but and quite a very nice one too for the figure of it, but it's just a general utility ply, but it's particularly nice veneer on it. Strange that. Okay, that's it. I'll wander off, reassemble my dust extractor, and set to with the track saw again and cut some more panels down. Righty-ho. See you in the next one now. Bye.